Hello, fire signs. This is your reading for the month of August. So, we are welcoming in Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's see what the month of August holds for our fire signs. And we start with fire. They are the first sign of the zodiac. We have our angelic messengers, we have the light seers tarot, and we have angelic dreams. So, we're going to start off with Aries, your sun, moon, and your rising. So some of us may have to cross watch. Sorry, there's something stuck on the cards. We may have to cross watch. But how is everyone? So just a reminder, Mercury is retrograde, but so is Saturn, Pluto, and Neptune, Chiron, as well as going retrograde. So maybe we don't get too caught up in the retrograde, but we take the invitation that the retrograde gives us to slow down, to reconnect back to ourselves, to reassess, and to reevaluate like what's working for us, what isn't, and where do we want our life to go. So Aries, this is for you. Let's see what the month of August holds for our Aries friends. Now, Mercury will be retrograde until about the 12th of August. But we will still feel some shadow energy beyond that. So probably we will still feel the residuals through the entire month of August. But still go out, have a great time, enjoy your summer. We are in the thick of the heat for sure. So hopefully everyone is enjoying their summer. Aries. So what does the month of August hold for our Aries friends? Okay. There was too many cards. Let's pull in the angelic. Okay, Aries, you always start off very strong. Self-worth. Self-worth. That is your first card. It's a big start, right? So what do you feel about self-worth, right? Yeah. Let's dig into the tarot for our Aries friends. Again, this is your Aries sun, moon, and rising. So if you have an Aries friend or an Aries friend that has sun, moon, and rising, most of us know our sun signs, right? Well, when is your birthday? And we figure it out from there. This moon and the rising takes a little bit. So if you go on and Google, like what is my sun, moon, and rising, in a Google search engine, it will bring you up to a site that can give you that information. I think for your rising, you do have to know your time of birth. If you don't know the time, I think they can figure it out by whether you were morning or afternoon, and you need your place of birth, city, state, or town and country, whatever that is for you. So what does tarot hold for our Aries friends for August? This hot, sweltery, sticky month, right? What does Aries need to know for August? What is August holding? And their first card was self-worth. So what is Aries examining in the realm of their self-worth? So 2 cards face down. We'll see what else comes out. I have an itch on my one finger, on the inside of my finger. So I'll take care of that. Let's see what else comes out for our Aries friends. Okay, we'll take these. 4 cards face down, 4 cards face up. Face up, we have the Hanged Man, the Empress. Okay, 3 of Cups, and the Fool. So for face up, so far you have 3 major arcana cards. And your card on the root, 5 of Cups. Are we changing our heart about something? Are we changing our feelings about something? Let's see. Maybe we are reevaluating our self-worth. 7 of Pentacles, Judgment, 3 of Wands, Page of Swords. Okay. So, and it's interesting because I don't normally bring this book out because I'm good with the cards. But this deck in particular, with each card, it has a little write-up. I went right to it. At the bottom here, that I wanted to read if there are any cards called to this, and the Judgment came out, and I turned right to the Judgment page. So how interesting is that? Seven of Pentacles, Judgment, Three of Wands. I kind of get the feeling Aries is changing their mind about something. And I say that because you have the Hanged Man and the Fool. The Hanged Man, the Empress, the Three of Cups, and the Fool. So I don't know if... So, Aries, I kind of get the impression that, especially since you pulled a self-worth card, you're finally seeing the results of what you've been working on. And I almost get the feeling for some of our Aries friends, you've been working on something, but you don't know what you're working towards. Like if you're saving money, and I know money's always the analogy, you keep saving money in your bank account, but it's not marked for anything specific. So I think you're gaining clarity on that. I think you've been noticing how hard you're working, and you're finally deciding, like, what am I working toward, though? You're kind of leaning into that fire sign, right? Into that ambition of, okay, I'm doing all this work, but why am I doing it? You may be questioning that, especially for the Judgment card. And I do want to read what it says in the Judgment card in the book. And it says, "Hello, Essence. I invite you to show up every day. I invite my soul to shine unapologetically." And it's right down here. So maybe you're actually inviting yourself to be you, to step out of the clouds or the thoughts or ideas that others have. And maybe you're allowing yourself to step out of the veil, beyond the veil, or away outside of the curtain, and allow yourself to actually be you. Because there's something you've been wanting to do, and now feels like the time you're going to start to take inspired action. You have the Page of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Empress. Page of Swords. So your thought process is starting to change. The way you go about life is going to be a little different. And again, your first card was self-worth, and the number here is 15. So maybe you're getting more focused than you were before, especially with the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. I feel like there's a focus coming in that you did not anticipate, or that you didn't think was... For some of you, this might be something coming true that you didn't think was possible for you. The Hanged Man, you're finding your value, but you're going not full circle, but you have really great ideas coming forward that you're actually going to start taking action on. It might happen after the Mercury retrograde, because we have the Hanged One here. It says a Hanged Man, I call it the Hanged One. And that's kind of contemplating, like taking a step back and really reflecting on where it is that you're going. Whereas these Three of Wands, right? Three of Wands is when you're ready to start taking action. But you want to make sure you're getting clear on this, because the action that you're taking is going to be big. It's going to be something larger than what you've done before. It's going to be beyond the point of just working on something to work on something. And I almost think that some of you are not sharing your plans, and that's fine. You don't have to share your plans with your friends and family. I think this is going to come as a surprise to some of your friends and family. Again, Page of Swords. You're going about things in a completely different way, and you may be learning some new things about yourself or about your belief system, because there's a very big spiritual shift happening universally, not just globally, but universally. So that might be the place you're going to. But whatever it is you're going to be doing, so the Empress, right? She is obviously the female, the feminine energy, the compassionate one, the one who gives birth, right? Because the female body gives birth. But you have a whole world that you want to help and take care of. So some of you may be using your past trauma to help heal others, because basically that's what we're here for anyway. And maybe you're contemplating on how to go about that. But you have the Three of Cups, and again, Three of Cups, right? You're celebrating life, you're celebrating with people who support you. The Fool, this is a brand new journey for you. This going full in, completely changing directions, inviting yourself, right, to allow yourself to shine, your soul to shine unapologetically. This might be really, really new territory for you. So I'm really feeling that this is a spiritual quest that you're going on, Aries. This is great. We're going to pull an Angelic Dreams card and see how this rounds out. So your first card was self-worth. And you know what? Before I do this, I should have had my book out. Let's look up number 15 and just see what that is. And I'll hold the card back up again. Self-worth. So number 15, as you go through changes in your life, stay positive. Your optimistic thoughts help you manifest the best outcomes with respect to these changes. Interesting. Very interesting. So if you're leaning into your self-worth, and we find our self-worth when we start this spiritual quest, or when we start to listen to our inner self. And I say this all the time, when we start to meditate, when we start, maybe for all people it's not a yoga practice, but when we learn to move the energy out of our body that is stuck, stress and tension, that's when we gain clarity. But usually when we find our self-worth and we're ready to step forward into something new, it's because we're leaning into a spiritual aspect of ourselves. Winter, reflection, transition, and release. And we can go to this, right? We can have our reflection, our transition, right? We're doing something completely new. And our release, right? We're releasing ourselves into the world. So Aries, that is what I have for you. I hope you have, that has been helpful. This is your reading for the whole month of August. So if you have any questions, again, this is Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and for your Venus, of course. If you have any questions about this, reach out, and we'll clarify some of this if you need that. If you want to go deeper, by all means, reach out as well. I put these cards back in here because we know sometimes cards come back out again. And we will go to Leo. Happy birthday, Leo. I just messaged a friend of mine. She is a Leo. Her birthday is coming up very quickly. So, yeah, how is Leo doing? What do the angelic messenger cards hold for our Leo? What is the message for Leo during Leo's season, right? With all this retrograde. Like, what does Leo need to know? What does Leo need to know? Divine guidance. So whatever it is, again, this is, and then going back into that spiritual journey or that spiritual quest, right? Listening to something that's outside of us, but is also within us. And by outside of us, I don't mean our friends and our family. Because they can, as well-meaning as they are, they can try to keep us small just because of their own belief system. But outside of us, that greater universal power and strength is what I'm talking about. But that is also within us. So let's see what the tarot holds for our Leo friends for the month. My air conditioner just kicked in. For the month of August. And it's good the air conditioner kicked in. It is hot in here today, even with the air conditioning going. So Leo, what does the tarot hold for our Leo friends for the season of Leo in the month of August? I love it, right? You just have to love it. Because this is your time, Leo. Your time to shine, your time to burst through. Just look at the radiant colors. Oranges, yellows, hues of red and burgundy. Power colors for sure. Reds are associated with royalty in the color spectrum. So let's see what we have for our Leo friends. I think I have to get my arms off of here. I think when I shuffle the camera shakes, or the laptop shakes. And we'll just see how many cards want to come out for Leo. I want to do 6. Okay, 7 of Pentacles again. 6 of Cups, 2 of Swords. Let's see what this is. Queen of Cups. Love it. Strength. You pulled your own card, Leo. Right, we have Strength. We have the Chariot. 2 cards in sequential order. You have the Hierophant at the bottom. The Hierophant is the divine guidance. It is the direct connection to source, right? The Hierophant is, in the original Rider-Waite, I say this all the time, it is depicted as the Pope. That higher, what we would picture in our minds if we were looking towards a spiritual leader. So let's see what we have. Leo, 8 of Cups. Okay, Page of Swords again. Both of these cards came out for our Aries friends. So obviously it's moving forward through the line. We'll see if Sagittarius gets it. 8 of Cups, Page of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 2 of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and Strength. And the Hierophant. So traditionally, the 8 of Cups is a card about walking away. But with this Page of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles and the Divine Guidance card, I'm saying I'm kind of going to lean towards you walking to yourself. You're going to yourself. You're taking steps or taking a journey. You're doing things that are aligned with who you are and moving away from things that are not aligned with who you are. So if you're doing things, and we all have jobs to do, whether it's our outside work, if we work for others, we all have responsibilities and obligations that kind of pull us away. But if you're doing too many things or a lot of things, Leo, that are pulling you away from your center and your joy, you're going to start walking away from that and walking towards things that help you become emotionally fulfilled. I mean, she's walking towards the sun, right? She's walking to her own strength, right? She's got a new vision for herself, and that vision has really deep roots in it. For some of our Leo friends, I'm getting the sense that this could be an ancestral healing journey for some of you. And this just came up. And again, I have to read these cards intuitively. I mean, I can read them for their face value, but I would not be doing you any, I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't read them intuitively as well. So for some of our Leo friends, there's the ancestral healing coming to the surface. Now here's the thing. When these things start to come up, they come up when you're ready to receive them. And I really want to do a video about meditation, because I think that's going to clear a lot of things up. So I think you're walking away from things that are not serving you, but more importantly, it is your journey home to you, to your own self. You have the Six of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So I'm going to go ahead and say this. This is what's coming up. I get this sense, not almost, I get the sense that there is a fear of being happy. We are afraid to make some Leos, not all of our Leo friends, but some might be afraid to make the choice to be happy. And this is going to go back to the ancestral healing, because we know most of our ancestors have had, hundreds of years ago, life was very different. Life was very difficult. It's like, this is the dream, although this is not the Seven of Cups. It is the Six of Cups. And this is kind of about, childhood memories, or maybe dreams you had as a child. And maybe there was someone in your family that said, like, you can't have these dreams, they're not for you. Let's not make choices that maybe they were considered to be selfish. Because once you decide to make these choices, again, Eight of Cups, Queen of Cups, you're going to find that you are so much greater. So if you go back to self-worth, which our Aries card, which is our first Aries card, you're going to discover that you've been held back emotionally or physically or mentally, not spiritually. Spirituality, your soul never holds you back. The mind is what holds you back. You're going to find out that, oh, wait a minute, I am so much greater than what I thought I was. And there's going to be this calling pulling you there. Again, that calling is the divine guidance, or whatever it is that you believe in. Once you make that choice, the Chariot, you're moving forward. You are ready to leave behind the belief values that you held, because you're strong enough to make these changes, because you have the divine guidance taking you to become the queen that you are. You're mastering your emotions, and you're also harnessing in your intuition. Cups is about emotions, compassion, and intuition, our direct connection. You have the direct connection with the Hierophant. The only other card that would be the absolute direct connection would be the High Priestess. Queen of Cups comes in after her. And divine guidance. You have a lot of this big guidance, Leo. So, but again, for some of you, I feel like this is ancestral healing. And when you show up as yourself, when your own card comes out, that means that is kind of like doubling down on the casino. Like, you are absolutely ready for this. You're ready to take this journey back to you. And this is you, Leo. It is not the struggle. It is not the strife. She is not fighting her way. She is allowing herself to be. So if we go, let me see if there's anything in here about the Queen of Cups. If we go back to the Judgment card that Aries just had, right? I invite my soul to shine unapologetically. And that's that's the beginning of it. Now you're taking the steps to allow that to happen. I want to see what it says with the Queen of Cups. If there is a little, right up here, it says, my intuitive heart openly expresses deep love. Okay, so that's deep love. That is not human love. This is the eternal love from beyond, but it's not really beyond because it's within you as well. Hopefully I have not confused our Leo friends. I think maybe I need to come back on for Leo and do another video for Leo. I think there's a lot to unpack here. But let's go into our angel dreams. There's a lot of, so if this is ancestral healing for some of you, healing is, it's not this, you meditate and you feel really good and everything is all fine and happy. It is, but what happens is when we get to that place of being comfortable in ourselves and relaxed in our bodies, that's when the things start to bubble up. And then it gets messy and it gets gooey and then we get frustrated. And that's usually when we quit. When this frustration starts to rise, that's when it's time for you to act. That's when you are ready to release this stuff, right? But we have to pull it out. So if there's any ancestral trauma in anybody's life for our Leo friends, look at that. And maybe thank that. And in thanking it, giving it gratitude for bringing that awareness to you, that might help the healing process a little easier. So let's see our angel dreams. What does our angel dreams hold for our Leo friends during this month of August, during their own season? Mirror, truth revealed. Okay, so I'm going to have to go into this book. This kind of reminds me of the Eight of Swords in the other deck that I have. Because she looks very stoic here, but the mirror is reflecting like looks like her inner essence. But I don't know this deck, so I'm probably talking out of school. But let's see if I can find what this says. Truth revealed. This card asks you to take a moment to see the truth about a person or situation you've been hiding from yourself. Tune in to your honest feelings. Mirror dreams reveal what's real in your relationships and circumstances. They usually occur when you're in denial about something. So, Archangel Jophiel is associated with this. Take time to view the situation from a different perspective. The beauty you see around you is a reflection of you. And that's what this is, right? This is the beauty you see around you. Whatever you see is a reflection of you. I love this for you, Leo. If you have any questions, let me know. This is probably a little bit of a confusing reading. I may have to come on and do just a video for Leo. Because I think there's a lot happening for our Leo friends. But we'll cap this off for here. We'll go on to Sagittarius. And maybe I'll come back on and do a whole video for Leo. Just because I think there's a journey here for them. Okay. Thank you, Leo. Again, any questions, feel free to reach out if you would like clarity on anything. And or if Leo, if you would like a whole video just for you for the whole month, let me know. Sagittarius, how is our archers doing today? Our last fire sign. Right. How is the Sagittarius doing today? Yeah, good, hopefully. Hopefully you're enjoying your summer. It's hot, it's sticky. Our fire signs tend to like the heat because it's a natural element for us. So let's see what the angelic messengers hold for our Sagittarius friends for the month of August as we are in these retrograde planets. And Chiron, which is the wounded warrior, is going retrograde, although I should probably just do a whole discussion on that. So Sagittarius, what is the message for you? Power. Number 17. And it's funny because that is my birth date. So power. And look at the bright yellow sunflower on here, right? So the sunflowers, we know, they follow the sun, right? So the sunflower, as the sun moves from east to west, the sunflower follows them. So let's go straight into our tarot for our Sagittarius friends. And again, Sagittarius, your sun, moon, rising for your Venus. And let's see what this month of August holds for our fellow fire Sagittarius, our last of the fire signs, right? So we're kind of moving up the ranks. And let's see if any of the same cards come out, because we had the Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Swords for both Aries and Leo. So let's just see what happens for Sagittarius, if there are any repeating cards. So that would be a repeating theme or a progression of the theme. So Aries, just because your theme was a starting of something, when you go into Leo, that is the next progression of your next steps to take. So we'll see what happens with Sagittarius. Sagittarius might just take a turn out of nowhere, though, because that's what Sagittarius do. So let's see what this holds for our Sagittarius friends. Okay, that was like a whole bunch of cards. We won't take all of them. Let's see if we can get a couple more cards out for Saggies. Yeah. Sagittarius, everything is face down. What is the mystery with you today, huh? Okay, let's see if we can get one more. Two more, okay. On the root of the deck for Sagittarius, Eight of Cups. Hey, Leo just had this, and that is on the root of the deck for Sagittarius. Saggy, all your cards are face down. All of them. All of them. It's like, what are you being mysterious about? Let's see. Queen of Swords, King of Wands, Page of Cups, Four of Swords, Knight of Cups, oh boy, Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel. Sagittarius, you're showing up as yourself. So the Wheel and Temperance are both Sagittarius cards. The Devil. Where are you being led to, Sagittarius? Queen of Swords, so you have two queens, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, so, and Page of Cups. So there is some excitement coming in for you, Sagittarius. I kind of get the feeling that there's new relationships coming your way, or some playfulness coming your way. So if you've been very serious lately, which, you know, we all have these serious moments. I think the seriousness is coming to an end, because you have the Four of Swords, which is, you know, and she has her heart like outside of her. So if you've been through a serious situation, whether it is a mental, physical, emotional, or even a spiritually difficult situation, right? Sometimes we want to separate ourselves from our emotions and just take a break and rest. But right after that is the Knight of Cups. So that tells me that there's some heart-centered healing for our Sagittarius friends. But Sagittarius, I think your minds have been spinning. You're really trying to get laser focused on to something. And maybe you're allowing your thoughts to overrule your heart. And then the King of Wands. You have the King of Wands and the Page of Cups. Pages are curiosity, right? They are a younger energy. They're like the kids, right? The kids of the world. So what excited you, Sagittarius, as a kid? What brought you joy? What did you do just because you liked to do it, right? There's a lot of passion, a lot of heat, and you have this little Leo symbol here guiding you, like the lion guiding you. There's a lot of heat and passion. But I think your thoughts are I'm getting the feeling your thoughts are getting in the way of your fun And you're being reminded, and there could even be kids around you or younger people around you reminding you, hey, go out, have fun, lean into your heart. Again, I think that there's a broken-hearted situation that's being healed. Whether it is something that has been recent or something from your past is being healed. Because in this, she's in her nest, but her heart is outside of her. So she's separated from that, or putting space between her and her emotions. But then the Knight of Cups comes in and says, it's okay. Like, I am here to help. And as soon as he comes along, the Queen of Pentacles comes in, and she's the Queen of Independence. And he's here to remind you of your independent nature and the strength that you have, and everything, and as a reminder for everything you've created for yourself. The Wheel. You get now to make choices and decisions in your life for what you want. You get to turn the wheel of destiny. Or maybe in the past you weren't, because you were overthinking and focused out. Her focus is outward, where your focus wants to come inward. So this focus outward could be focusing on things from the past. If that's making any sense. And things from the past could, you know, the King of Wands, he's very friendly. He's like the life of the party. He likes to have a good time. But this could also be that you were burned in the past and you didn't see it coming. And maybe you were very trusting of a situation or a person or multiple situations. And then you decided to go within. You said, you know what, I gotta step away. I gotta get away from all of this. Maybe to the point that you could not even trust yourself. But after you rest and after you put space in, right? And again, the Knight of Cups comes in and he goes, wait a minute. And yes, I know this horse. Whenever a horse appears, I know exactly who this is talking to me from the other side. But this is for all Saggies, right? The fact that the horse is a white horse, that means there's a shift. There's good relationships coming in, or there's the ability to trust, and it's not just all smoke and mirrors. It is for you maybe to find or remember who you are and how much you've created for yourself. You're turning the wheel of fate in your favor. And guess what? If the past comes back or you start to feel that pull, you can walk away and walk exactly straight back to yourself, Sagittarius. You have the power to overcome this. And now, individually, these cards would probably not read this way, but when I put them all together, the story unwinds a little differently. You have the power to walk, again, she's walking towards the sun, to walk towards yourself, to take and shift your focus from outward to inward, to allow people to come in to show you your value. Don't underestimate what you've been doing, what you've been building. Again, Aries had the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is the work that's been done that's underneath the surface. Like, you haven't seen the whole benefit of that yet. And Sagittarius, you haven't seen the whole benefit yet. Yours is coming very quickly, though. Because you're making now decisions based on your strength and not from your separation. But you needed some separation from your own emotions, right? You needed to separate yourself from them a little bit to allow some compassion to come in for you to remember who you are. So Sagittarius, I think you're remembering who you are, and everything you do, you're walking back to you. And it doesn't matter. The devil can come up all he wants. You know who you are. Let's pull your Angelic Dreams card, Sagittarius. Let's see what this holds for you. Powerful readings for our fire signs. And I would not expect anything less, right? Our fire signs, they are the trailblazers. They're the ones that just kind of, they're the ones who just kind of go for it. Then they can get burnt out though, right? So watch out for the burnout, Sagittarius. And even all of our fire signs, be careful of the burnout. It is a real thing. So don't overdo it. Rest when you can. I mean, Leo just had the Hanged Man. I think it was Leo. So maybe lean into the Hanged one instead of the Four of Swords. But if you need that Four of Swords time, then take it. So let's see what these Angel Dreams cards hold for our Saggy friends. Unicorn. Oh my goodness. Innocence, trust, honesty. The unicorn is the white horse. And we had a white horse here. So if the horse is a sign for anyone out there, or unicorn, innocence, trust, honesty. Again, he's coming back in so you can trust yourself. Come back to that place of honesty. Remember your innocence, right? Coming back to that. Sagittarius, I'm going to stop it right there. That is your reading. Again, remember, that's not the card. Power. You have the power, Sagittarius. You have the strength. This was the card underneath of that. You have the power. You have the strength to do this, to move forward, to remember who you are, to turn the wheel in your favor, to trust again. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is your reading for the month of August. Questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment box below, or feel free to reach out to me. And until next time, I always send you light and love, and have a fabulous August, everyone.